Good morning and welcome to Sunrise Serenades featuring the Compton Heights Concert Band. Moosic and I are here on an outing in Tower Grove Park in front of the beautiful Palm House. It's the oldest greenhouse west of the Mississippi. It's a beautiful building. You should see it sometime. We're over here for another Musical Mondays performance with the Compton Heights Concert Band, and it's featuring today Sukay, Music of the Andes, a Bolivian band based in San Francisco. They're fantastic. We'll be back in a minute for the highlights of that concert. We have a deal for you. We're going to start offering episodes of Sunrise Serenades, beautifully packaged. And we're going to start with our July 4th tribute. We call it the Independence Day Celebration. It features the Compton Heights Concert Band and the amazing finale, Overture 1812 by Tchaikovsky, with the Civil War cannons and the downtown, beautiful, exciting fireworks. It's a wonderful show. You can order it by calling the band office at 776-2227. Welcome back to Sunrise Serenades featuring the Compton Heights Concert Band. As I noted earlier, today's guest is Sukay, the great Bolivian band from San Francisco. They consist of some really great players. We've had them back here a couple times before. There's Eddie Navia. He's the greatest charango player in the world. His wife, Quentin Howard Navia, is the great spokesperson for the band. Their son, Gabriel, he's the guitarist you're going to see. And Isaac Lopez is a wonderful panpipe player. He's also a percussionist at times. He's a great musician. And incidentally, did you know that Sukay owns a restaurant in San Francisco? It's called Pachamama. Yes, you're right, Moosic. That means Mother Earth. And the Pachamama is a wonderful place to go. And we're going to take a close-up look here in a few seconds of the Pachamama restaurant in San Francisco. Be sure to see it. Visit it the next time you're there. That was a great and exciting visit to Pachamama, the restaurant owned by Sukay in San Francisco. It's on the North Beach. And I think that maybe that restaurant visit made Moosic quite hungry. Yes, Moosic's having fun back there. The thing about Moose, they get something in their stomach and boy, they need to take a rest and a nap. And I see Moosic enjoying himself here. And we're going to continue our show with a great overture. It's the Emperata Overture. It's written by Claude T. Smith. And Claude was a fantastic bandmaster here in the state of Missouri, and he wrote all kinds of works for the concert band. This is probably one of his most famous ones, and you'll recognize it, I'm sure. It's the fabulous Emperata Overture by Claude T. Smith. What a beautiful day here in Tower Grove Park, here in front of the Palm House. I'm here with Moosic. We're out on a picnic here, and we're going to continue today's show with a fun piece. It hit the pop charts in the 40s. It kind of introduced Americans to the South American beat and the rhythms of South America. It's called Down Argentine Way, and it's by Harry Warren. It's a piece you'll recognize immediately.
Good morning and welcome to Kitty's Kitchen. This morning I'd like to feature a recipe again that features a lot of fresh tomatoes, and it is not in the cookbook but will be in our next cookbook. And it's called Summer Tomato and Bread Salad. Now if you've never tried this, if you looked at the recipe you'd think, well, what's the deal about that? Well, the last time I made it, I'll tell you, it went so fast it was unbelievable, and during tomato season is the perfect time to do this, because it calls for fresh tomatoes and also fresh basil and oregano and parsley. So I have in this bowl 4 chopped fresh tomatoes. I'm going to add to that some sourdough bread that I just toasted in the oven, and that gets cut into cubes. You don't want to use fresh bread. It really should be stale bread or toasted bread. You can even use French bread if you want. And chopped red onions. And then it also calls for one chopped cucumber. And this is from our garden too, so this is especially seasonal for us. And this is a combination of chopped parsley, chopped basil, and chopped oregano. And then it calls for olive oil, 1/4 cup. I'll just kind of. And it calls for red wine or opal basil vinegar. Red wine vinegar or opal basil vinegar. I'm going to use the balsamic vinegar, which I really like, and that calls for 2 tablespoons, give or take. So I'll finish chopping up the bread later, but this is a wonderful summer recipe, and if you don't have your own garden and your own tomatoes, you can always go to Soulard Market, get some of those great tomatoes, the farmer's market, and make your own. But this really is a great summer salad that you can serve either at room temperature or chilled, depending how hungry you are. I know I'm going to try some of this as soon as our camera person is not rolling anymore. But I think the flavor is even better at room temperature. So there we are, summer tomato and bread salad. And I forgot to mention that this is from the first Moosewood Cookbook that ever came out. Moosewood, of course, is a vegetarian restaurant in Ithaca, New York. So thanks to the Moosewood restaurant for their recipe and great tomatoes. That's all for today from Kitty's Kitchen.
Speaking of the Moosewood restaurant, Moosic, have you ever been there? I kind of figured you had. It's a wonderful place. And we're going to continue our show with a tune that Eddie Navia wrote himself. It's called Danza del Sicuri. It features the Sicuri. It's the little panpipes, as I call them, and they produce a tone by blowing over the edge of the pipe, and it produces an eerie sound. It's much like if you took a bottle and you blew over the edge of a bottle, and depending on how much water is in there, you get a higher or lower tone. Same way with the Sicuri. The smaller pipe, the shorter pipe, has a higher tone, and the longer ones have a lower tone, and they produce the different tones of the scale that way. It's a really eerie sound, and a beautiful sound though, and it's a way to identify the Bolivian band sound and music. It's a wonderful thing. So we're going to feature Danza del Sicuri featuring the Compton Heights Concert Band and Sukay, music of the Andes. Thanks for watching Sunrise Serenades featuring the Compton Heights Concert Band. We'll be back again next week, part 2 of a 4-part series featuring Sukay and the Compton Heights Concert Band here on Sunrise Serenades, 5:30 a.m. every Saturday at KMOV Channel 4. We'll see you then.
To find out more about the Compton Heights Concert Band, you can visit us online at chband.org. It's all there. History, concerts and events, products and services. There's even information on how to join the band. If you're not a musician and you would still like to show your support, you can become a member of the bandwagon. Hop on. Log on to the Compton Heights Concert Band's website today at chband.org. You'll be glad you did.